today is, I guess, technically a band circuit, but you can also do it with a dumbbell. So whatever you got, you can also, I mean, you can do it with a weight. It's just nice to mix it up every once in a while and use a different piece of equipment. So yeah, if you got a band, that if you just have a dumbbell or a weight, you can use that too. And I'll show you both. Actually, let me grab a dumbbell. All right. So while you're rolling out, I'll go through the circuit. Oop, I'm just popping in. Okay. So the circuit today, 40 seconds on, 20 seconds rest. If it's a two-sided movement, like we start with a split squat, for any of these, if it's two-sided, we have to do each side, it's going to be 20 seconds each side. But for the band split squat, I actually really like these. It's a totally different kind of burn than you get from using the weight. So you just hold the end of the band, or depending on what kind of band you have, just hold the end, step on it with your front foot. So it's pulling up, stretching from under your foot, and then you hold it with your hands. You can choke up as much as you need to. And so then we're just going up and down, right? So obviously when you get down low, there's not much resistance, but as you push up, you're pushing up into more resistance. So it's a little bit different than what we would normally get from a weight. All right, so that's the first one. There's 4 exercises. So we've got a band split squat. We're gonna do 20 seconds each side. And then wide stance band row. So obviously, sorry, with the split squat, if you're just using a weight, you would hold it up top and go through and do that standard split squat or goblet split squat. Next movement, wide stance band row. So you just take your band, whatever kind you got. You can either wrap it around your feet if it's that kind of band, or if it's just a tubing, you'll just step on it. It may not work well if it's just a tubing. You kind of need it to double up for this. But you just stretch it out. Then you're going to reach down and grab that. And we'll go palms facing backwards, right? So instead of grabbing underhand, we'll grab overhand, palms facing backwards. And then you just pull your elbows up towards the ceiling. If that doesn't work for you, you can do a seated band row where you sit, wrap the band around your feet, and pull in from there. And then obviously, if you have a dumbbell, you're just going to go wide stance. You'll row with one hand, and then at halfway, you'll switch to the other hand. Okay, side bridge press, or sorry, side bridge hinge. The hinge part here is at your hip. All right, so I'll show you from the side. So we're going to end up in a side bridge where it's a nice straight line from your knee up through your shoulder. The hinge part is you're reaching back and down to the floor, and then you come back up into the side plank. So the top of this movement is a side plank, right? And you can do this with one leg off, or you can stack your knees up. So we push your hips back and then come forward. So you're hinging at your hips and also lowering your hip down to the ground. So we've got 20 seconds on one side, 20 seconds on the other. Finally, shuffle to touch. Amy just gagged a little. So the shuffle to touch, you're just shuffling over a couple strides, whatever room you have. And the touch is almost like a lateral squat. So you're here, and it's like a lateral squat down to touch what might be like a cone. And we just shuffle side to side in whatever space you got, okay? So that's the workout. We got 4 movements. We're gonna go 5 times through for a total of 20 minutes. And with that, we'll go ahead and get to warming up. All right, we'll start off on a knee today. Just tucking that tailbone down, pushing forward, getting that stretch right down your quad or your hip flexor. And from here today, let's go ahead. We'll put hands on top of your head or behind your head. Just make sure you're not pulling yourself forward, right? And we're going to rotate and turn toward that forward leg. So while you got your hip flexor stretch, you're going to rotate with that. And good. Let's go to the other side. Tucking that tailbone down. Once you get your hip flexor stretch, hands will come up behind your head. And then we rotate. So as you rotate, you're thinking about, if I'm turning left, I'm going to pull my left elbow back. And really try to initiate the movement with my head. It's like somebody's turning my head, which turns my shoulders. Then you're kind of turning into that forward leg. And good. All right, from there, we're going to go just simple hip hinge, right? So here I'm tall, cheeks are strong, belly's strong. So we're looking for a nice straight line from your knees up through your ears, right? And then we're going to push your hips back and tap towards your heels and come back up. All right, so we'll do this for about 20 seconds. What you should start to feel is not low back tightness, but we want to start to feel hips working. All right, so come up tall every time, reaching your hips back towards your heels, and then coming up. Five more seconds. And good, relax. All right, let's go one leg out to the side. You can go hands to the floor for this. Same idea, we're gonna move your hips through a range of motion. So we sit back towards your heels and then push them forward like you're gonna do a push-up. Switch sides. Should be getting this stretch inside your leg. And good. Let's bring one leg up under you. We're getting into that pigeon stretch. Should feel this stretch in the outside of your hip. You can either go straight arms and push your chest away from the floor, or you can go down on your elbows. It's up to you, wherever you get the best stretch. Hips should be square here. Let your belly button point at the floor. We shouldn't be sitting off to one side. And good, let's switch sides. Just laying that shin on the floor, across the floor in front of you. If you need more stretch, bring your foot forward, or you can sit down on top of your hip a little bit more. And good. From there, let's go to a push-up position. Feet are going to stay right where they are, and we're going to walk hands in. Tap, give yourself a hamstring stretch, and we walk back out. We'll go about 20 seconds here. And good, on that last one, go ahead and stand up. All right, we're gonna step forward and backward here, so a forward lunge. So we step forward, and then take that same leg and step backwards. Step forward, step backward. And let's go to the other leg. All right, one more combination lunge here. We're going to step out to the side for a lateral lunge. Then we're going to step back and across for a drop lunge. So it's like a lateral lunge and then almost a curtsy where you step behind. So your feet should cross over. Right, like you can see my foot poking out on the other side. And let's go other side. Last bit of warm up here. And good, relax. All right, so we'll get going in about 20 or 30 seconds here. Whatever equipment you have, you can use that. Remember, we've got 4 exercises, 5 rounds. I'll be calling the halfway point. So if you're doing something on one side, we'll be switching it up at that halfway point. Okay, so we're ready to go in 10. Starting off with that band split squat. So go ahead and get it looped under your foot. If it's not looped under your foot, you're holding a weight up under your chin. Okay, all right, ready, set, and here we go. 20 seconds each side. Making sure your front foot's doing the work here. Keep your heel down. Switch sides. These could also be body weight, either if you don't have resistance or if that's the right level for you. All right, rest. 20 seconds to rest. Wide stance row is next. You can get a lot of rows in 40 seconds. You're either going wide feet, or the other one I was talking about is looping a band around your feet and pulling in here. Okay, all right, let's go ahead and go. I'm gonna switch to the wide stance. With that wide stance, you wanna make sure that your tailbone stays up, shifting your weight back, so you're almost trying to lean way back into your heels. Don't let the band pull your shoulders or round your shoulders down to the ground. You should feel the strength in the, like in your base should be down the back of your legs and in your hips. And rest. Sorry, I didn't call halfway there for all you one arm rowers. But I want to make sure to get that base right. It shouldn't be fatigue in your low back. All right, side bridge hinge. So side bridge hinge, reaching that butt back to the floor. Ready, and here we go. So reaching back, touch your pocket to the floor, and we come back up into that side plank. Reaching back, pocket to the floor. So you're kind of going back and down. And let's go other side. If you're on a mat, you can think about reaching your butt back off of the mat. 3, 2, 1, and rest. All right, last one is shuffle and touch. I'll let you guys make your own decisions here. Okay, in 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1, and here we go. Just moving side to side. Trying to stay nice and low on the shuffle. Halfway there. 5 seconds left. And rest. Okay, that's round one. Back up to the top for the split squat. Okay, in 3, 2, 1, here we go. Switching in 2, 1, other side. Make sure you're not pushing too hard with that back leg. Your front leg's going to do the work for you. 3 seconds, 2, 1, and relax. Wide stance row. Or turn it into a seated row if you feel like you get low back tension on this. All right, here we go. Promise I'll call the halfway point this time. Your chest will be facing the floor, making that double chin, back of your head up towards the ceiling. Halfway. Let those shoulder blades glide together as you pull up. Five seconds. 3, 2, 1, and rest. Okay, side bridge hinge. All right, 2, 1, here we go. Up and forward, back and down. Try to keep, if you've got one leg on the ground here, if you're not stacked up, try to keep your foot off of your other foot. You want that bottom leg to do all the work. All right, switch sides. Five seconds. 2, 1, and rest. Okay, shuffle the touches next. All right, ready? And here we go. You may only have room for 1 or 2 shuffles. That's no problem. Staying nice and light on your feet. Reaching down for that lateral squat at the end. As you reach down, your chest should stay up. Ten seconds left. 3, 2, 1, and rest. Okay, that's round 2. Round 2 out of 5. All right, back up to the split squat in 2, 1, and here we go. Three seconds on this side, and switch. 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1, and relax. Wide stance rows next. All right, in 3, 2, 1, here we go. Don't let your shoulders roll down towards the floor. As you pull in, that band should be heading straight for your belly button. Halfway. Ten seconds. 2, 1, and rest. So depending on what kind of band you have there, if it's a lighter band, you may want to play with turning your hands around, because it's generally harder to pull with your hands turned around than it is with, palms facing down. So if you're finding it really easy, let's turn those palms over. All right, side bridge hinge, here we go. Three seconds, 2, 1, other side. Three, 2, 1, and relax. Okay, shuffle to touch. Five seconds. 3, 2, 1, and here we go. Halfway there. Ten left. Three, 2, 1, rest. All right, 2 rounds to go here. Back up to the top for the split squats. Ready? And here we go. Remember, at any point, these can turn into body weight. You can always switch back and forth between the band and the dumbbell. Switch sides. Three seconds, 2, 1, rest. Band row is next. In 2, 1, and here we go. Halfway there. And keeping that chest up and out. Shoulder blades sliding together. Not pulling with your hands, you're pulling with the back of your elbows. 3 seconds, 2, 1, and rest. Side bridge is next. Yeah, if you can always think of with those rows, if you can always think of just your hands just hooking onto the weight, then doing the work with the back of your elbows, you're going to be using more of your back, which is what we want. Okay, side bridge hinge, here we go. Remember, this can be done with one leg or two. Just stack those legs up on top, or knees up on top of each other. Well, halfway, sorry. Halfway 2 seconds ago. All right, 3, 2, 1, and rest. Shuffle to touch. All right, 2, 1, and here we go. Halfway. Ten seconds left. 3, 2, 1, rest. All right, last round coming up. 4 minutes left. Making sure form comes first here. In 3, 2, 1, here we go. Most of your weight's going to be on your front leg. You're not really standing over that leg. Your back leg is just more of a kickstand. Switch it up. Three seconds, 2, 1, rest. Row is next. All right, 2, 1, and here we go. Shifting that weight back into your heels. Halfway, 5 seconds ago. Bringing those elbows right past your rib cage on the way up. 4, 3, 2, 1, and rest. Side bridge is next. All right, side bridge in 2, 1, here we go. Halfway, switch it up. Ten seconds. 2, 1, and rest. All right, last 40 seconds coming up. Shuffle to touch. In 2, 1, here we go. Making sure we add that little lateral squat at the end. One leg is going to bend, the other will stay straight. Halfway. Ten seconds. Three, 2, 1, and rest. All right, we'll take our 20 seconds to rest, and then we'll close it up. Okay. And that's a wrap. Good job, guys. Thanks for joining. Amy, what'd you end up doing? Did you shuffle? Stationary shuffle?
No, I did jumping jacks.
Okay, fair enough.
Which is new and a nice little task too. So
yeah, all right. Good choice there.
Yeah.
All right, gang. That's all we got for this morning. Have a great Wednesday, and we'll see you guys soon.
See you, Brian.
Thanks.
See ya.